AI is taking my job. And I'm not talking about some nebulous point in the future. And I'm not trying to be dramatic, but right now there's AI that can do the job that I've been doing for the last 2 decades, cheaper, faster, probably better. And while I'm not freaking out, at least not too much, I do feel the urgency to survive in my bones. But I also see the huge, perhaps once in a lifetime opportunity that's in front of us. A lot of people are concerned that AI is going to replace their jobs, but in reality, AI is just going to reassign value to those who know how to operate it. And that's why I talk about AI fluency. AI fluency is about being competent, confident, and building the skills to allow you to excel using AI instead of being suppressed and replaced by AI. So if you're a mid-career professional and you're not taking some effort to build these skills, I highly encourage you to take it seriously. As a habitual user of AI, and if you're also a habitual user of AI, you understand the power, the opportunity, and the depth that is unlocked by becoming competent at using these kinds of platforms. My name's Adam. I've got 2 kids, a wife, a mortgage, and not a lot of runway to figure it out. But the viable edge is my attempt at building something new, at building a new job and a new career for myself, at putting myself out there, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, learning how to create content, and learning what is going to be valuable for people, and ideally helping people like me. And that's what I've grown to become passionate about. Spending all your time thinking about AI is difficult. It's difficult to stay disciplined because there's so much out there. There's so much noise. It moves so incredibly fast. And there are so many exciting, shiny objects that come out every single day. You want to chase the next thing. So I've established 4 areas that I always try and remember to maintain that discipline. One is goals. I have goals for myself, goals for the viable edge. I have plans for what I want this channel to be, and I have plans for what's going to come next. Will those plans remain intact? Maybe, maybe not. But having a focal point to always focus on every day as I build is critical in not getting distracted by all of those shiny objects. I already talked a lot about fluency. Fluency is a huge discipline, expanding skills, expanding understanding of how AI works, building the competence to work with AI well, understanding how to leverage it as a thinking partner, I think is going to be critical in maintaining relevance professionally and also at home or outside of work. Visibility. I mentioned getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. The viable edge is my attempt at this. It's my bet and my challenge to myself that there's value in what I can create. And it's going to be a critical piece of activating the credibility and authority that I'm trying to build. And finally, there's leverage. And what leverage means is not just using AI to crank out more tasks, but building systems that work, building prompts that work, and extracting value across several dimensions, and learning from the process of understanding how they can create value for others. My goal is to infuse the viable edge with the spirit of those goals, with forward momentum and progression and learning and community. So if this message is resonant with you, if you're like me, mid-career, trying to figure things out or not, or interested in learning and growing, I encourage you to follow, subscribe, like. There's the Viable Edge newsletter that I'm also building. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear from you, and I'm always open to connecting personally. Thanks for watching.